What's happening? Time for another art vlog. Welcome everyone. Hope you're doing great today. Well, I just have a tiny block of time, just a small little chunk of time that I can just talk for a minute. My gosh, it has been oh my gosh, it has been a day and it is not even over. It is literally just beginning for me. You ever have those days where you wake up? I woke up this morning and I realized, oh my gosh, I had the list of things that I needed to do, and it was insurmountable. I almost wanted to turn back around and walk back into my bed and just fall back asleep. Fall back asleep. And I still feel like that. I still feel like that. The only thing that's kind of nudging me forward is taking things one step at a time, one task at a time, one to do list item at a time. And that's what I've been doing today. And it's what I wanted to talk about this morning when I thought I had a little bit of time available to me. And then it just slipped away. It was like a it was like catching a lightning bug. You thought you caught it, and then you open your hand, and it was like it escaped. It's gone. Like poof, gone, gone. The time was gone, and you're like, oh no, why you gone, time? Where'd you go? And then you think you have it, and it's gone, disappeared. And so let me collect myself for a second. Let me collect myself. I gotta reel it back in. And so, what I wanted to kind of talk about was dealing with things you have to do throughout the day that might feel like insurmountable. It might feel like you're climbing a mountain because you have all these things you have to do. And bear in mind, for me, these tasks, these goals are self-inflicted. So I am the only one to blame for this. I have set this up for myself, but it actually no, not all of it. Not all of it is my fault. It's just like things you have to do throughout the day, like just adult things. Like you have to do adult things. If you're an adult and you have to do things, you know what I'm talking about. You know, yeah, you. I'm pointing my finger at you. You know what I'm talking about. You have adult things you have to do. Groceries, taking the kid to sports. I don't know. Whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. And it feels like it's a lot. It feels like you're drowning. You're drowning in water and you're barely treading water. You're like you're wading in the ocean or you're wading in the pool, and you're like, and you're like drowning, and all of a sudden you get your legs a little bit, and you're able to uh, uh, get your head out of the water, and you get a gasp of air. You're like, I cuff. It's almost like I am drowning. You're able to get some water. You're able to get some air. You're like, oh, I can breathe. Oh, I got some time now. I got some time, and then you're able to do that thing. So what I'm trying to say is, take the time to just do one task at a time. I know, there's days where you just have just a like a full page of like things you got to check off for the day, and you look at that and your eyes open really wide. They open really wide, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is way too much stuff." And you start to hyperventilate. Maybe you have like a low key panic attack. You're like, "Oh my gosh." And you take like a paper bag, and you're huffing and puffing. I don't have a paper bag, so I can't do the noise like a paper bag noise. And you're like, oh no, my gosh, what do I do? Just want to say, I'm with you, man. I'm there. I'm there. So like every day I see my tasks for the day, and it's not a lot. It's like 3 hours, but like how like it's sprinkled throughout the day. And in theory, I should be able to do those 3 hours of things, but it's just I can't. I just can't do it for some weird reason, or at least I can't do it in sequence. And if you're an adult and you have, adult things to do, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know why you can't just do it in one straight line. You have to kind of like go in tangents. Well, anyways, you have to just do the task one step at a time. Just do one task. Finish that. Do another task. Finish that. I know it sucks. I know it sucks. And I know it feels overwhelming. But trust me, man, I'm there. I'm there. Every task that I do is strictly meant to gear myself or get me closer to being able to draw. So when I do this task and get that done, this chore or this thing, it just gets me one step closer to be able to like sit down or go to my studio and do a little bit of drawing. That's all it is. That's all it is one step to get to my studio. Just one task, and scratch that out with a Sharpie, with a pen, and you get that sigh of relief. You're like, oh man. Ah, man, I'm in Zen. I'm in heaven. I'm close. I'm one step closer to completing my day, and I'm one step closer to doing the thing that I love. Get me there. Get me there. Just get me there. Was it Seinfeld's like Serenity now, but I just want to say that I totally understand. I get it. And you're going to have these days like me personally where you're manic. You're like, "Oh my gosh, I got so much to do. What do I do? What do I do? Which one do I do first? Which one do I do first?" Just write out the list, and it could be in from most important to least important. It could just be like random. Like just write out your list and just go do them in order. I know there might be ones that are more important than others, but like to reduce like decision fatigue, right? Just do them in order. Just do them in order, and you'll be much happier. And if you don't finish the if you don't finish it, it's okay. It is okay. You have you have my blessing. You gave it your all. You gave it your all. You gave it your all. It is okay that you don't finish your task. It's okay. You gotta have like forgiveness for yourself, because sometimes you write down a to-do list that is literally like bigger than Santa Claus's naughty or nice list, and you're like, this is literally there's literally more things on this list than people in the world. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Well, you just do it one line at a time, one task at a time, and that's all you have to do. And that's what I'm trying to do today. That is what I'm trying to do today. To blah 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 blah. That is what I'm trying to do today. And after I finish this video, I'm going to continue doing my daily to task for the day. And if I don't finish it, that's okay. That's okay. I'm trying to give myself like the out, trying to give myself forgiveness and grace, and know that it's okay that you don't finish everything throughout the day. There's sometimes you just can't do everything in a day as much as you would like to do it, as much as you would like to get everything done in a day. Trust me, I would like to get all my things done in a day. And if you're an adult, you know, I know, we all know, it's super hard to do that. Anyways, I gotta get going. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully this inspired you. Hopefully this motivates you, and hopefully maybe you relate to this type of stuff. Maybe you relate. Don't forget to comment your don't forget to comment in the comment section if you can relate. Thank you so much. Don't forget to man, I am stuttering the word subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers. I gotta go. Bye.